Yo guys, what's going on? JBL Motovlogs today, and welcome back to another video. So I'm going to call this one, it's not a motovlog, this is a walking vlog. No, I'm joking, don't worry, the bikes over there. I've seen this down here, and I always come past here in summer, but I want to come see it in winter. We'll get on the bike in a little minute, we'll talk about what we're going to talk about today, which is talking about winter riding. First, just going to go have a little look at this dam, because geez Louise, look at this. Can't even imagine how cold that would be, but if we have a look over here, fuck off. Oh my god, it's icy here, holy shit. Right, anyway, onto the bike. So that's a bit better. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the 4 good tips that I've got for you when it comes to riding in winter weather. So the first one is something that you should never really overlook when it comes to any sort of motorcycling, but especially in winter, and that is buying and purchasing good gear. By good gear, I don't mean the most expensive gear out there. By good gear, I mean gear that is fitted to you, is going to keep you very, very warm. You are going to want something that's waterproof. Now, you might be saying to yourself, but Jake, I can take rain, I can take this. Yeah, you can. I can take rain. I went out the other week and my hands got absolutely soaking. I didn't die and I wasn't crying. The one thing that it does do, and it's natural, you cannot help it, is when you get cold, you start thinking about being cold and wet, and you start paying less attention to things on the road. And when you're riding in the winter, or you're riding on, well, just riding your bike, there's a lot more things to be thinking about. And oh, my hands are a bit nippy. You want to get out there, you want to get some good gloves. The main one is gloves. Either get some good gloves or some heated grips. Keep them hands nice and warm. Your hands and your feet, which are the two like main points of what gets cold, are the 4 things or the 2 things operating your motorbike. If you've got a hand that you can hardly grab with, you're not going to have a nice clutch, or you're not going to be able to brake emergently. If your hand's a bit cold, you won't be able to apply throttle where it's needed. It's just something that you should never really overlook. And if you're watching this, you probably are a biker that cares about being warm, hence why you're on YouTube looking for good gear. So go out, get yourself some gloves, get yourself some gear. But another thing as well is a balaclava for your neck, a real thick fleece one, something that's just really, really going to keep your neck warm. To be honest, when you're riding in winter, the one thing you do want to be is all warm. You don't want to feel any wind or any rain at all, because as soon as that starts, it's all you're going to be thinking about, and it takes your concentration away from what it really needs to be doing, and that is focusing on the road and focusing on controlling your motorbike. Now, my second tip to you is something that I was taught on my motorcycle test, both of them, my CBT and my full test. It's something that's just kind of, if you've ever had a scare, then it's just something you'll do from in the future, but you really, really want to be avoiding riding over manhole covers, which for them you don't know, it's just like drains, especially them very slick drains that have no sort of grip on them whatsoever. Oh my god, look at the water there as well. Bloody hell. I might get a photo of the bike here actually. Oh my god, look how close we are to this water. So yeah, white lines. I'll try not to walk around as much because a lot of people don't like it when I'm walking around and they get a bit dizzy. You don't ride over these white lines if you're looking how slick they are. I mean, look, god, that's slippy. God knows what it'd be like riding over your bike. So white lines, pothole, manhole covers, especially things like, and another thing as well, another big thing that people like to do in winter, and I don't get why, is riding in puddles. I understand if you're an enduro rider or you've got an off-road bike and you like making a bit of dirt and this, that and the other, but puddles can hide so many things in the winter. It can hide drains, white lines, potholes. A good sign for a puddle is that there's a pothole there. And the one thing is, when you're riding through it, you don't know how deep the pothole is. It could be a tiny little increment in the road, it could be a deep one. You never know. What's the point in gambling your lovely bike just for riding through a puddle? There's no point in doing it. Just if you can, stay on the tarmac, stay on the driest part of the tarmac. But another thing is, if you're ever trailing a car, never ever follow the middle of the car, because that's where cars drop oil, gunk, shit, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to be playing that game, especially with your lovely pride and joy. Now, another one I'll talk about while I'm up here, I'll do the last one on the motorbike, is understanding the conditions you're in. I'm trying not to get run over, but understanding the conditions you're in. What I mean by that is, if you get up early in the morning and it's been -2 in the night and it's been frosty, then don't go out there and absolutely open throttle in first and second gear. Even if you've got traction control, you need to understand the physics of a bike and how you need to respect elements, that your tyres are going to be cold, so you're going to have no grip whatsoever. When you first get out on the bike, the first like 5 minutes of riding are so dangerous, it's unbelievable. Your tyres are cold, braking distances on cold tyres are even longer in in worse conditions, even though they already are. That's another thing you need to be thinking about is braking distances. You need to know the conditions you're in. So is it a light rain, is it a heavy rain, is there a puddle, are you aquaplaning, is it snow, is it ice, is it sleet? You just need to know what conditions you're in. We get it in summer, you're tailing a car, no problem, whatever, 2 chevrons, whatever they say in the DVLA, slam on your brake, and if you've got high performance brakes like most motorcycles do, you'll even stop in about 1 chevron depending on what speed you're going. But yeah, when it comes to winter, I can't remember the exact figures, but I think it's some, if you correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something like, it's like twice, or I think it can be 5 or 10 times the braking distances in ice compared to a fully dry road. So you really just need to pay attention. If you've done your test and you've got a full license, you should know this anyway, because it is one of the questions on the test. I've got mine coming up soon, but if you are on a CBT, and this video is probably a decent video for you, it might be your first winter. But anyway, I want to get some snapshots of the bike. I'm going to hop back on the bike. We'll speak about the fourth thing to keep you safe. To be honest, I shouldn't have really stopped here. It's quite a dangerous spot, but the photos that I have got are some awesome shots. So anyway, let's talk about the last thing that makes you a decent winter rider then, and that is, again, it comes down to you purchasing something on the bike, and that's a good set of tyres. Not winter tyres, you don't have to go out and buy winter tyres, but a good set of all year round tyres is something that you really need. You go around YouTube and watch any video talking about how to ride well in the rain, or anything to do with how to make your motorcycle handle better, and it's putting good tyres on your bike. Your tyres are the only contact that you have with the road besides your elbows and your face if you buy a shit pair, but it's the only contact you've got with the road. Don't go cheap with a pair of tyres. I understand going cheap with exhaust and stuff like that, but they don't really help you in any safety situations. A good tyre to me in winter needs to be something that heats up a little bit, just a little bit. These tyres I have now, the Dunlop GPR 300s Sport Max, see, they're a sport touring tyre, so that means that when it comes to summertime, they're really good in the dry. They're not the best tyre in the dry, but you know, you can lean quite far, you can have some fun, they're confidence inspiring. When it comes to heavy rain, they've got enough tread on them to disperse water safely, even in lean angle. You've got a lot of grip there. But another thing as well is when it comes to winter, I read a review on these and I'm yet to test them, but in the ice as well, they're one of the tyres that heats up the quickest. They don't like warm up to racing summer temperatures, but when you feel them when you get off a ride, they're not cold, they've got a little bit of heat in them, and that helps connect your tyres to the pavement. You want as much contact as you can with the pavement. Don't go cheap on a good pair of tyres, and when you do put tyres on your bike, the one thing you always need to keep in mind is trust your tyres. A lot of crashes come from people that think that the tyres are losing grip, but they don't. What they're actually doing is they're not trusting what the tyres are made for. These tyres have come such a long way now, these multi-compound tyres. They're not just a big piece of rubber slapped on the bottom of your bike. They're really thought about, they're engineered to work in all types of different conditions, and you'll be really surprised if you just put a little bit of trust into what your tyre were made for. Don't get me wrong, you don't want to go in there try to put your elbow on the floor around a corner on an icy day, but what I'm saying is you can carry a lot more lean than 5 degrees. But anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope it helped a little bit. It was a bit of a quick video. They're just my tips of what I follow, and I managed to get along with them. There is probably a lot better videos out there explaining how to ride excellent in the rain. But they're my tips. I hope they have helped. These are stuff I've been taught over the years, and I've survived many winters with this bike in incredibly poor conditions. And this bike has no traction control or wheeling or anything like that. It's just me, the throttle, and maybe a little bit of an ABS system. Hope you enjoyed the video guys. Hope it did help. If it did, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be fantastic. It would get the video noticed. I've noticed a lot of my videos are doing very well lately, so if we could keep the trend going, that would be fantastic. And if you haven't already, feel free to look around the channel if you're a tad bored. I've got a couple series on the channel from summer, but yeah, next summer should be a blast. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you like my content, then throw on the notification bell. It notifies you every single time I make an upload. So, but anyway guys, like I said, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and if you're riding today or riding all this winter, have a safe ride, take on these tips, But yeah guys, peace.